All right, what's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Why sex is an issue from a male point of view? Sex is an issue because far too many females use sex as a weapon. Not only a financial weapon, sometimes it's a weapon, a parenting weapon. Sometimes it's a tool to keep or ruin a relationship. And the thing about it is, sex is just a natural part of life. Like, but as a guy, it's hard to have trust when you can't really. It's hard to have good sex when you don't trust your partner or the people you're having sex with. Meaning, I think the same way a woman would feel if a guy had an STD and he didn't tell her, and he went up in her raw and knew he was gonna give her something. It's the same way guys feel when you say, you have an STD or you're safe or you're on a pill or something like that, and you wind up giving us something or having a baby and then acting like, it's our fault. I think that's the big issue with sex. Like once it became a weapon, it really created a barrier for all these trust issues. If you're not acting right, I'm not gonna give you no sex. If you don't buy me this, I'm not gonna give you no sex. Even when I'm horny, I'm gonna give me a deal double. When you horny, you just gonna have to work it out with your hand. And if you go get somebody else, then it's a problem. Well, I mean, that's another problem. Like, why be with somebody that you don't want to be with? That's a sexual issue. Like, how are you gonna say, okay, I want you, but I want you when I want you, and that's the only time that's relevant. And when you want me, you're a misogynist. That's not gonna work. Um, it's hard to satisfy some women because they don't want to be satisfied. So sometimes, like I said this before, a lot of women are not sexually satisfied, so they're frustrated with the process of just laying down and watching a person get his, and they just get stuck. They get shafted, I guess, literal, figurative, whatever, and that sucks. And at the same token, it's hard for a guy to please a woman who don't necessarily want to be pleased. Like, I mean, we know that y'all emotions are tied into y'all sex, but at the same time, you know, nobody wants to fight. Like, you don't have it. You're not losing your. It's hard for a guy to have sex with a woman who feels like they're losing their dignity by having sex with you. Like, I'm stoic. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why did you take off? Like, I want to have sex, but I don't want to take off my clothes. I want to have sex, but you bet not, get into it. I want to have sex, but you bet not slap my ass like that because you make me feel like a piece of meat. I want to have sex, but, you know, look, all these rules, you got to leave the rules, leave the rules on a chalkboard or for the police or military, the Geneva Convention. All these fucking rules, like, just say what you like and what you don't like, and let's do it. Like, all this other shit, no, 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 no. Sex has also become a problem because we have a society where everything is sex is always an innuendo. It's a constant innuendo. But then when somebody brings up sex directly, it's an insult or offensive. You can't constantly put out a sexual innuendo and then somebody says, "Oh, so you want to have sex?" How, why would you say that? Because everything you're saying and doing, consciously and subconsciously, is putting out sex. Like, fuck. Like, if I was, like the flip side of that, you notice when guys who are flashy, they're flashy because they want to show off how much money they're able to spend on shit. So quote. So girls get attracted because they figure it's a way that he will spend money on them. Like he got all this shit to spend on this other bullshit, he can spend money on me. And then when she says, "Yo, ooh, take me shopping," bitch, you a gold digger? Well, you was just throwing out $1,000 into the street for no fucking reason. I figured you'll give me money too. You know what I'm saying? It's the same type of offense. So I mean, we would get much better as a people if we can just admit that sex is natural. We both like it. We both enjoy it, but we both have to do it correctly and honestly to actually keep a working connection going. Because no man wants to feel like, you having sex to maybe hit him up for child support, maybe get married to him to divorce him for everything he's worked for. And I don't think no woman wants to have sex to feel like a piece of meat. We both are at that stage where we both feel like pieces of meat. And I know we'll go, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I get it. But at the same token, if we both want sex and we're both not trusting about it and we're both feeling used, then we both have to correct it. That's all I got to say about that.